that Misha's new project? Welcome back to Podcast the Hero. We've got an exciting episode for you this week.
Yep, it's all about Misha's wet bulb. That's what we're going to talk about.
What is wet bulb?
Wet bulb is the phenomenon when the dew point and the temperature are at a level in which your body can no longer reduce its heat by sweating. So you basically die no matter what you do. You can't get, even in the shade, you can't get sufficiently, your body can't evaporate the heat by sweat, and you die.
I love it.
Yeah, and there have
Sounds like an awesome death.
Increasing numbers of like wet bulb days around the world. Okay. It used to be extremely rare, and now with global warming, like it's happening more and more and more often.
Hell
and
yeah, go Earth.
Yeah, we're pretty fucked. We're just gonna cook ourselves.
Dude, the Earth is just fucking turning its temperature up to cook us off, man. Earth.
This episode is brought to you by Aha.
Aha. Hello. The Coca-Cola alternative to Pepsi's bubbly.
Is it Coca-Cola?
It is.
That's wonderful.
Isn't that something?
It says the Coca-Cola company.
Yeah, I know a lot about Aha.
Yeah, this is a lime watermelon.
Bubbly. Yeah, that's the best one.
Yeah,
here's the cool thing with that, and test this out. Fucking tell me that I'm a liar. If you have a can of that exact Swoda,
yep,
and you take a fucking rice cake, plain rice cake, spread Kraft peanut butter on it, or whatever kind of peanut butter you want, but that sugary bullshit peanut butter,
yeah,
and eat one of those down while you're drinking that, it tastes like black licorice.
Okay.
That's it. Today we're here to talk about fucking truth and lies.
Which one was that? Was that a lie? Did you just make that up?
No, that's the truth.
I don't believe you.
Honestly.
I can never believe anything you tell me, though.
It's the truth. We're going to hook Fritzy up to a fucking polygraph machine, and we're going to see just exactly nothing. Because the polygraph machine is horse shit.
I'm just going to stand on a needle the whole time, just push a needle into the bottom of my foot the whole time.
That's what they say to do to beat it.
Like
I don't know if that's
or something.
Myth. Yeah, they say put a thumbtack in your shoe and just press your toe into it so it raises your fucking heart rate and your blood pressure.
Because you're in pain.
Yeah. And then it just throws the test off.
Why are we talking about this?
Because I wrote a song about it called Gift Horse, which came out on a thing called Fabula and Chuzette, which I actually don't have on me right now. It's in the other room.
Okay, so can we talk about the phrase gift horse?
Yeah.
Right? So gift horse comes from the longer idiom, right? Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. And that comes from, it basically, if you're not a native English speaker, it means don't be critical of something that somebody like, hey, here's a gift to you. Like, here's a nice, easy, free thing or something that was easy. Don't be critical of it, right?
Yeah, the way you can tell if a horse is healthy or not is by inspecting its teeth.
Yes.
Right? So if somebody gives you a horse and all of a sudden you just start like looking at it being like, what? You could be an old shitty horse?
Yeah, exactly.
It's trying to be like, you know what? Look at the teeth after they leave.
Right. It's like somebody gives you a car and you're like, how many miles are on this thing?
How much gas did you leave in the tank?
Yeah, exactly. Can I ask a question?
Hell yeah.
About this?
Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck is going around giving people horses?
Probably the Trojans.
Oh, is that what it was? You think that was it? They were like, it's rude to look inside this Trojan horse's mouth because what you're going to find in there is a bunch of fucking Trojans hanging out waiting to kill you. So don't.
I really wonder about like what came first, that historical moment or the phrase don't look a gift horse in the mouth, because in that scenario you definitely should have looked that gift horse in the mouth and down the throat and into its belly, where there are a bunch of thirsty warriors waiting to murder you.
Like, I feel like if somebody came up to me and was like, hey, man, you know, I have this extra horse here. Like, I would be like, what? No, I don't. One, I don't have the property to support a horse, which means now I've got to like board the horse at a horse boarding school or something, right? That costs money. I got to feed the horse. I got to pay vet. Like, that's not a gift. That's a burden, dude.
Yeah, you got to jerk the horse off too.
Yeah.
You can't let their seeds fill up.
Don't gift horses.
Yeah.
Just don't do it.
Somebody gave my cousin a horse.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
For why?
His wife rides horses. Well, they gave my cousin... I guess she's my cousin as well. She gave my cousin's wife a horse.
Just was like, hey, you like horses. How about another horse?
I think.
Did they
definitely
ask,
just
like,
gave her a horse.
Do you have
and now she keeps it in a stable and rides it around sometimes.
But did they ask like ahead of time? Like, do you have an extra spot in your stable? Do you have like
she
have
doesn't
an
have a
excess
stable.
amount
She's
of
had
hay
to,
and apples?
She's had to rent a spot.
Oh, for this horse.
It's costly, I imagine.
This sounds a lot like this company that's in where I live.
Yeah.
They're an energy company.
Is it called Generac?
No, it's called Consumers Energy.
Oh, that's fucking shitty.
That's where you get like you pay your electric bill to these people.
Okay.
Right? And they're looking for somebody to buy their dams. They own 7 dams, and they're looking for somebody to buy the dams. And they're like, we don't want these dams anymore because they're super expensive to maintain and they don't make us any money. So we're looking for somebody to buy them so that they can be super expensive for them and make them no money.
Jeez.
What? I don't know. I feel like if you were going to sell your dams, you'd be like, these dams are great. They're very inexpensive to operate and they make us a ton of money. Right? You wouldn't be like, we don't want them anymore because they're really expensive and don't make us any money. Like, oh, please, can I sign up to buy those dams? Can I please have your old horse?
I don't know if that's true or not. I was thinking about something different while you were talking. It's probably true, I guess.
So this song is Fabula and Chuzette an EP, in your opinion?
B-side, I would call it.
A B-side?
Yeah.
Doesn't the B-side, though, doesn't that assume that it was on the B-side of an A-side?
Yeah, it assumes that it's the lesser tracks, and I believe that is the case for Gift Horse. I know there's a lot of people that feel otherwise.
You think it's a lesser track?
Yeah. If I had to pick one, I didn't get my way with the B-sides. I had sort of petitioned to make the 2 mobster gangster songs the B-sides, so that there was like a running line through them.
Oh, through the 2, yeah.
Yeah, the song about Babyface and the song about Dillinger.
Yeah.
Whatever, Soliloquy and the other one.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're called. But I thought those should have been the B-side, not because of the qualities of the songs, but because it just would have made sense to have those 2 songs that are sort of joined at the hip, and they're sort of part 1, part 2 anyway, instrumentally. I thought that made a lot of sense. Also because I didn't want the Dueling Cavalier on a B-side record. I think the Dueling Cavalier fucking rules.
Oh. But you're fine with Gift Horse.
Yeah. I thought it was weak. People like it, and that's cool.
I like it.
It's like I just read a moment ago when I was sort of like reminding myself all of this stuff about it. I was looking at what people were saying on it in a Reddit thread, and there was a person that was like, this is the most excited I've been about some music that they've put out since Kazaya. And like, that's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like, that's really cool. And especially because it's like, my perspective is so different. Like, I really didn't think it was that sick.
Why didn't you just put 15 songs on the record?
Yeah, I can't remember what we were thinking at that time. Because the record itself is it 10? It's 10.
It's 13. Well, because that counts the like Mountainside
interludes. No, I'm pretty confident it's 10.
Yeah.
Right. So we had 12 songs, and it was just like, I don't remember why. I'm fairly confident it was a Truk decision, where he wanted to hold some back, kind of like maybe we were thinking the kind of sneaky little thing that they often do on Japanese releases where they're like, give us something a little extra so we can, so it's like hold back something a little extra. I don't know. I really can't tell you why. Especially, I honestly, the fucking little breakdown section in the Dueling Cavaliers is one of my favorite things that we've done.
I was looking to see if maybe it was a time thing. So together they'd be just about 10 minutes.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
Try to keep the record under an hour. If you add those two songs, it pushes the record over an hour.
I think if you add them, it would turn the record into 4 fucking discs. Like, I know it comes from Luke and it comes from like a purely fucking printing. Yeah. I'm pretty confident it's something like that, but
I want the 4 discs.
You want the 4 discs?
Mm-hmm. I prefer my records to be one song per side.
Yeah.
So after every song, I have to flip the record, and then when that song's over, I have to go back to the thing and pull out the next record. Like, listening to music to me is like a physical activity.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody has the Pacific Myth fucking vinyls, but that's what it is.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I don't have those vinyls.
One song, and then on the backside, it's the instrumental, and that's what's on each disc.
Oh, that's great. I want that so bad.
Like, I'm sure there's fucking actual copies out there where
on Discogs, I'm sure I could find it. I just don't want to pay $1 billion.
The big set, I have the big set somewhere, and it's like every fucking song's a new disc, which is hilarious.
Cool. It's cool.
Yeah, it's funny.
I feel like with something like that, like I'd buy that just like, and then like shadow box them on the wall, like each disc. You know what I mean? Like something. Now,
how exactly do you box a shadow?
Easy, just punch real hard.
Peter Pan style. You gotta detach it.
Yep. You gotta detach it. It's pretty rare for you guys to write more songs than go on a record.
Yeah.
This is kind of like the first time, right?
There are several other songs out there, like Two Porter with Love was written, I think, for Scurrilous. There's one for Volition as well. There's like an instrumental. I think it's called Sans Fromage, which is
without cheese.
Yeah, en français.
Yeah. I like that.
But yeah, these are the like first
it's instrumental and it's
that's the joke.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, it's a really brilliant piece of Truk. But I think this is the first time that we've actually released something that was written for the record that didn't make the record. Like those other 2 songs they live out in the ether somewhere, but were never like officially released by us. Really. So yeah, technically this would be the first time we've not included something that was written for the record on the record.
Can you do more of that?
Yeah, sure.
Like, can you go back and just release all the stuff that's never been released?
Oh, like Sans Fromage and Two Porter with Love?
Yeah. And everything. Just
I mean,
just everything. Can you make like like a
Be weird to put out a like fucking anything that just had 2 songs on it that were never released before.
yeah. You should do that. Or like there should be like a PTH box set thing that has every single thing that's ever been written, recorded in chronological order.
Just like a complete fucking anthology.
Yeah, anthology.
Is that what you call that?
Yeah.
I mean, that would be cool because you could sell that for fuck tons, right?
Yeah.
Like, well, actually not. Like Garth Brooks is like $100.
He's underselling
too
himself.
I don't know.
I'd pay
worth looking up.
10 times that for Garth Brooks' anthology.
I'm a huge Garth Brooks guy, and I wouldn't do it.
Oh.
Whatever it costs, I wouldn't. I just go down to fucking, and there's CDs too.
Oh, I don't want CDs. I don't have a CD player.
No, I know. I go to fucking Value Village every once in a while and go, oh, there we go. There's fucking No Fences.
You know who did something cool with anthologies? The Beastie Boys did a thing where you could go on a website and you could make your own anthology.
Hell
Like
yeah.
they were like, you can have X number of songs per disc. It's 4 discs, and pick any songs you want in any order, and you pick them all out, and they printed them and sent it to you.
My word.
Yeah.
But that's not everything.
No, is you got to pick.
It's not really an anthology.
No, I guess not.
You're nasty old boy, Fritzy.
Can you tell the story of what this song is about?
This song is about the invention of the polygraph, and it's like continued use within like police investigation, specifically in the United States, because like as we were talking about before this podcast, there's no other country in the world that considers the polygraph information admissible in a court of law anymore. It has been accepted everywhere for a long time, and this mostly is trying to take place through like that mindset, because even the United States don't really fucking accept it anymore. Like my knowledge of that is blurry, but it is, I believe, admissible but not widely considered conclusive, because it's not conclusive. So
Who invented it?
that's kind of weird, because there's like little pieces of it were invented through time, like fucking this guy named James Mackenzie around like 1900, and this he did a little bit of it, and then William fucking Moulton Marston. I'm reading those names, I don't have them memorized, but William Moulton Marston's fucking
Marson.
he's weird one. Not Larson, that's the guy who like really did it. This William Marston or Marsden,
You're
whatever the
thinking
fuck
of
it is,
Red Dead Revolver.
he considers himself, like he always listed himself as the like grandfather of the polygraph.
William
But he
Moulton
wasn't.
Marston.
Yeah,
That's
he
a
is.
terrible name.
He's also the inventor of Wonder Woman. How fucking weird is that?
Very weird.
And the lasso of truth and shit like that. This guy had like a fucking justice fetish. And he was like super proud of it. Then this other motherfucker comes in who really finishes it off. What's his name? It's like Larson fucking something. Let me
John Augustus Larson.
Yeah, and he's really what it's about, and about his perspective and his changing perspective on the use of it, because he really wasn't that stoked on it and the way that it was being used and administered based on how inconclusive the evidence really was.
Yeah. Yeah, so he basically took like 3 existing inventions, right, and put them all together into this one machine, and then devised a way within the machine to say, like, these...
I feel like me drinking that was really noisy. I'm sorry.
No, it was great. These 3 things together indicate when somebody is not being truthful.
And the person who was not being truthful. was him.
Yeah.
He wasn't being honest with himself at the time.
Yeah. It's a weird thing. You got to put little things on your hands, and they put little like a sphygmomanometer on you.
Yes, of course, there's sphygmomanometer.
What did they call it? They had a word for it. The sphyggy.
Yeah.
That's what they called it in the early days. It was short for sphygmomanometer. And a sphygmomanometer is just a blood pressure cuff.
Yeah. You're good at saying sphygmomanometer.
Yeah.
And so am I.
Now you are.
I didn't think it was going to come out.
You got it.
Sphygmomanometer.
Yep.
Am I really saying that right?
Yeah. Sphygmomanometer.
Sphygmomanometer.
Yeah. That's the Canadian pronunciation.
Fucking was down at Terry's the other day. Puts a fucking sphygmomanometer. Fuck, I can't say. Yeah. But I fucking quoted Larson in it as well when he was talking about, like, that's a direct quote that's taken from him. It's like, beyond my expectations. It basically created a fucking Frankenstein's monster. And he's saying that regretfully.
He is one of many inventors who come to regret their inventions.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you want to talk about some of them?
Sure. I know one of them.
Is it related to something that might be in the current cultural zeitgeist today?
Yeah.
What's that one?
The inventor of Mother's Day?
Oh, no, that's not what I was thinking. But that's true.
Yeah, she died in jail.
Yeah.
She was arrested, like, after protesting some fucking, like, basically, like, hallmarkization of Mother's Day. Because, like, I think, and this is going from a blurry fucking fishbowl of a memory. She created it while there was a war going on, and it was a way for, like, she's like, stop the fucking war for a second and let's say goodbye to our sons. And then it got so fucking perverse. No, not perverse. It got perverted from her original idea and, like, turned into, like, a Hallmark fucking way to sell bullshit that she basically died protesting it.
Apparently, this is great. Her name was
Tell
Anna.
your mother that on Mother's Day. She'll love it. Write that in her card. Be like, you know, the fucking woman that invented this shit died trying to stop it.
Her name was Anna
so
Jarvis.
you really... Oh, you had that included?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And this says she spent her final years in a sanitarium, basically a prison at that time.
Yeah.
With her medical bills being paid by who? The floral and greeting card industry.
Oof.
Right?
I mean, kind of sick, but oof nonetheless. Right. Like a nail in the coffin, just being like, oh, fuck us, fuck you, kill you with kindness and flowers. And
Yep. The one I was thinking of that's currently in the cultural zeitgeist is J. Robert Oppenheimer and Albert Einstein regretting the invention of the atomic bomb.
I mean, did Oppenheimer really regret it?
He signed the letter.
Yeah, like, I am become death, the destroyer of worlds. That's a guy jerking off.
Yeah.
He's jerking off about it. He's not sad. He tried to fucking murder a teacher of his in fucking high school or fucking whatever. Like, he was a fuckhead.
Weird dude.
Yeah. That guy's jerking off at the idea of fucking absolutely obliterating people. I don't care what Christopher Nolan told you. I haven't seen it.
Me either.
And I'm not going to. I'm going to see Barbie tomorrow. Kiss my fucking balls.
So you know the Nobel Prize?
No.
You don't know what that is? You never heard of the Nobel Prize?
Did I win it?
No.
Then no.
Oh.
Why?
The guy, Alfred Nobel, who the prize is named after, was a chemist who invented dynamite.
Oh.
And he came to regret the invention of dynamite. He thought it was a great thing for like the mining industry and all that stuff, and then realized people were using it to blow each other up and was not super happy about that.
Yeah. Why is that named after him? Like, did he do a bunch of other sick stuff outside of just making a blow him up thing?
No, probably just that.
So he made this. I guess they give the Nobel Prize to people who aren't necessarily philanthropists.
Yeah. How about John Sylvan? Do you know who John Sylvan is and what he invented?
No, I have no idea. I'm not even going to fucking pretend that I do.
He invented the K-cup.
Oh, yeah, no, I do know about this. That he said something like the fucking road to hell is paved in K-cups or something like that.
Yeah, he said
own personal
he said
road
the key
to hell.
goes, I feel bad sometimes that I ever did it. It's like the cigarette for coffee, a single-serve delivery mechanism for an addictive substance.
Yeah.
How about
That's hot as hell.
how about a dude named Ethan Zuckerman?
Oh, Zucks? I heard he's going to fight Elon Musk. No, I have no fucking idea.
Ethan Zuckerman's the guy who invented the pop-up ad.
Fuck him. I don't care if he regrets it. Fuck him, dude.
In 2015, he wrote in an essay that said,
Wait, he's still alive?
Yeah. He said, it's not too late to ditch the ad-based business model and build a better internet.
Let's speak of that. Roll an ad right now. I hope YouTube fucking rolls an ad right in the middle of this while we're begrudging this fucking asshole.
Tim Berners-Lee.
Of course. The inventor of the night skink. Just an animal. A lizard, if you will. Wasn't invented, but discovered. He discovered the night skink.
He came up with the idea of the internet.
Oh, and he regretted
Oh,
it?
yeah. He said he didn't suspect that the internet would become a platform, that his platform would become the birthplace of spreading misinformation, hate speech, spying on people, changing governments, businesses, and societies. He said, I was devastated. We demonstrated that the web had failed instead of serving humanity as it was supposed to have done.
Yeah, he's right. He's right. I hate him, but he's right. How about, I got one.
Oh, okay.
Segway guy.
Yeah. Oh, he got...
As he was riding it off the cliff, he was probably going, shoot, I wish I didn't invent this thing.
There's nothing worse than being killed by your own invention.
I don't think he actually invented it, but whatever. Fuck him.
Mikhail Kalashnikov.
Of course. It's a gun.
Yep. He invented the AK-47. He said... he said he would have preferred to have invented a machine that people could have used to help farmers do their work. That's what he really wishes he had invented. And he says, if my...
It's made for firing seeds into the dirt super fast.
He said, if my rifle claimed people's lives, can it be that I, an Orthodox believer, am to blame for their deaths?
Hell yeah. Yes, it is.
Oh, 100%. It is the most produced weapon in the history of the world. Robert Probst.
Robert Probst. Yeah, he wrote, do not go gently into the fucking night. Right.
He wrote, he invented the cubicle, the office cubicle. He spoke out before his death, calling it a monolithic insanity and hell on earth. He believed that the open office design, which he had originally sought to replace, was a better option because it encouraged collaboration and creativity. I've spent much of my adult life sitting in a cubicle. And what did you say? I was masturbating in a cubicle?
No, I'm sorry. I think I said sitting in a cubicle. What did you say?
And hating it. Hating it.
Oh, you didn't like masturbating in
No.
a cubicle?
I always felt so ashamed afterwards.
Yeah, you should.
Okay, I've got 2 more.
Yes,
ready?
I love these.
Victor Gruen.
Of course. He invented the Boston Gruens.
Yeah, if you could see his picture, you would think he did.
Yeah?
Yeah. The photo they have of him in a tuxedo with like a cigarette, but it's in one of those cigarette holders.
Oh, like Cruella de Vil.
Yeah.
Nasty old fuck.
He invented the modern shopping mall.
See, here's the thing. I know overconsumption and fucking capitalism and, like all this like horrible stuff that comes along with a shopping mall. I like going for a cruise at the mall.
I hate it.
Maybe it's Avril Lavigne. Maybe it's my upbringing strictly listening to Avril Lavigne. Maybe it's, I don't know, all the Avril Lavigne I consumed as a child. But I love going and cruising the mall.
Oh, I can't. It's too noisy. In that
it smells
huge,
smells like Cinnabon.
Yeah, but that huge like reverby way, it's too noisy. You know what I mean? And
where are you gonna meet Santa Claus?
I don't want to meet Santa Claus.
You know what? You'll have a better experience if you go to one of those farms that sets up.
Santa Claus hangs out on a farm.
Oh yeah. We go to Knox Farm or some shit like that and
hang out with Santa.
Nice thing. Yeah,
that's cool. And there are also way too many young people at the mall. And that just makes me feel old.
Yeah.
Because I know
fair enough.
Every young person I walk past in life just looks at me and goes, God, look how old that guy is.
And you miss the days when you were cruising the mall for honeys.
Yeah. I didn't ever.
You never cruised the mall for honeys?
No.
Excuse me. Were you alive in the 90s?
Yeah.
Were there honeys?
Yeah.
Were you cruising?
No. I wasn't cool enough. I didn't know how to skateboard.
I didn't know how to skateboard either. You just carry it under your arm. They don't let you ride it in the mall anyway. They're dangerous. Everybody knows that.
Skateboards are dangerous. My brother skateboarded, and I was sure he was going to die.
Yeah. I am sure he will one day as well.
What are you saying?
Not on a skateboard.
Oh.
He's not.
Oh, so you're going to...
Woman.
I'm gonna fucking murder. Yeah. Jenna Carvanides. Jenna Carvanides.
She's the first person to ever do that thing on the beach where you put your knee indentation and then you put your face indentation and it looks like you got a big set of breasts, of course. So she was carving needies into the sand and she regretted it. Too many people did it afterwards. Was that good?
This is really good.
Thanks, man.
It's almost 100% true.
Is it?
No. She's the first person to invent the gender reveal party.
Yeah. She cost us a lot of forestry.
Yeah.
That's the truth. California is much worse off for the gender reveal party.
Yep. I never understood this, and I don't have kids. You have kids.
I have a kid.
Is knowing the gender like that important?
Yeah.
Why?
So that you can be prepared and like have a room and clothes and stuff that really enforce the stereotypical gender that they are associated with.
Oh.
But no, I mean, like, I guess not. There are still people that don't do it, but like most of the stuff you buy now is gray anyway.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, if I had a kid, I would just outfit everything in brown burlap.
Yeah, and you do.
Okay.
Now, when we had the fucking Toot Man there, we put a mural on his wall of trees and cool stuff like that. Painted the other 3 walls white and got them all gray suits and stuff.
Yeah, gray suits.
And then, like, I don't know, he's still come out to be an absolute fucking stereotype. Just being like, pink is for girls and blue is for boys. And I'm like, fuck, I don't think so, but whatever.
I want to see him in a gray suit.
Well, it was more like gray pajamas.
No. I want to see him in a gray suit doing business deals. You know?
He'd grow up like an 80s man.
Yeah, but no, as a little dude.
Yeah.
I want to see him doing like
Boss Baby.
But not as a baby. Like him
All
today.
these things have been done.
Like I want to see him today, like doing business deals. I think it would be
He doesn't
really
do
funny.
business. He just watches YouTube and farts.
I would love to see him do a business deal to acquire an authentic dinosaur skeleton.
Yeah. He knows I love farts too, so he's always like, was that a good one, Dad?
Wait,
And like,
you love farts?
yeah.
How? What? How would that? I don't know. Like, how would people know that about you?
I don't know.
Okay.
I've never said it or proclaimed it
No,
publicly.
never once.
But he's always like, was that a good one, Dad?
Do you always tell him no?
Often, yeah. I go, I've heard better. Like, I try to be very supportive, but I'm not going to lie to him about these weak-ass little toots that he's having. It's just not in my nature.
Do you throw it in his face, like, afterwards? Like, you drop a real, like, a man's fart, and you're like, see, see, son? This is how you do it.
I say, I'm about to clear the savannah. So,
do you want to know how the dinosaurs went extinct? This is how.
Cover your ears. We're all about to die. So there's not really much we can say about this song. Like I know that these are not supposed to be like totally concentrated about these songs necessarily.
I like how you were like, we need to get back on topic.
Yeah, I got us there.
We have to get back to the topic.
But I have the original notes here.
Yeah.
And they're not very fucking
How did you do your research on it? Wikipedia?
Yep.
What
for the most part.
What gave you the idea though?
I don't know. Like it's hard to say what gave me the ideas for a lot of these songs because it was a very specific time period in which I wrote within. Like it's a very specific time frame. It's like 1919 to
39.
39, yeah. And
41.
So I was really just looking for like significant events that existed within that time period or significant inventions that existed within that time period that could sort of go along with this thing or was interesting to me that would also have a sociological point that I could make. But it's kind of funny for the start of this song, whatever, reminded me of this old Callahan song, and maybe I shouldn't admit to this because it's kind of plagiarism. But they started it out and it was my buddy Alan, and he's singing. He goes, "It's a rise and a fall from my head to the wall again," and I just went, I'm going to reference that melody right off the bat.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever mentioned it to him, but is it a truth or a lie? I'm sort of mimicking this melody from a friend of mine's band, Callahan, which is like, they're Vancouver dudes, did a record with Juice that was absolutely fantastic. I actually sang on it as well. Subsequently broke up, but a good record nonetheless. Excellent dudes.
Well, that's good.
And only other thing that I can think of is near the end, there's sort of a double meaning, right? With the like, and I hate this. I hate what this has become. I'm sort of just like singing about my own voice.
Yeah. Are you?
You know? Yeah. Yeah. I am using that as an inspiration, and it's sort of like backward compatible, right?
Yeah.
Because it's not like my voice grew into something bigger. It grew into something different.
Yeah.
And I was extremely discouraged at the time of writing this song. And so I used that sort of sentiment to inspire the
emotion in it and the
emotion and like the idea that it's like I have passed my peak, and what I have left is the best that I could possibly leave behind, no matter what it exists as. And the rest is denouement,
I think, honestly, one of the things I appreciate most about you is your willingness or openness to talk about those emotions in terms of your own performance. Because I think a lot of people would disagree with you, right? To say like, well, I think your voice now is better than ever, right? I love the way your voice sounds.
Well, thank you. You're wrong.
Different. It's different, but you're also different, right?
That's true.
Your voice is not going to stay the voice of a 24-year-old your entire life.
God, I wish it would.
But
I never lost it. I was hammered drunk all the time. And just, I mostly got the notes, dude. I think.
But your openness and honesty about it and the way it impacts you emotionally and personally, whatever, is, I don't think anybody else is talking like that.
It's because everybody else is a fucking huge pussy. Yeah. Everybody else is a huge pussy.
Me included.
Especially you.
Gigantic. I am the biggest pussy on earth.
But here's the thing, pussy's awesome.
Do you want to play a game about lying?
Fuck yeah.
Okay. So I figured since this song is about lie detectors,
so much fun.
I put together a little 2 truths and a lie for us. And while you get your little notes up,
I've got them. It's called Fritzy is a Liar.
Okay. I'll go first. I'm going to give you 2 truths about me and a lie.
Yeah.
And you have to choose the lie.
Identify the lie.
All right. So
this is going to be difficult for me because I don't listen well.
It's fine. It's going to be hard for me because I have the memory of like an ant. I can't remember anything that happened 5 minutes ago.
I think ants have pretty good memories.
They just react. It's all reaction.
Like they have like graveyards and they remember where they are.
No, it's all based on chemical smells.
Goldfish.
Is goldfish bad? No, I think goldfish have better memories than people think.
Not Annie DeFranco said that tiny little castle's a surprise every time.
Fine. I have the memory of a dead mouse.
Dead mouse? Actually, my friend Katie Clark works for Dead Mouse. She's his personal assistant, and apparently he's got elephant's memory.
Oh, well, I have the memory of a damp sock.
Now here's the thing about damp socks. I once left a damp, cummy sock on the radiator, and it reanimated. And the one thing that it said was, "I remember what you did to me."
Number 1. I was a child model. Number 2.
Bit of a stretch.
I have never read or seen anything related to Harry Potter. Number 3. I was in a Stouffer's lasagna commercial when I was in middle school.
Okay, so if number 1's true, number 3 could be true. Fuck Harry Potter. but it's so popular. Daniel Radcliffe is cool. You look like Harry Potter. Like, not Daniel Radcliffe if he grew up, but if Harry Potter grew up, that's what he would look like. Shoot, I kind of look like that too. I'm going to say it's number 2.
It's number 3 is the lie. It was not in a Stouffer's lasagna commercial, but a kid I was in middle school with was.
Oh, that's a good lie.
Yep. His name was Ross, and his whole family was in a Stouffer's lasagna commercial. All right, you got one for me?
Yep.
All right, let's go.
As a child, my favorite shows were the Ninja Turtles, SpongeBob SquarePants, and the Power Rangers.
I feel like Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers, the same vibe. I feel like SpongeBob was a little after your childhood. You're not that much younger than me. I'm going to go with SpongeBob.
You got it. I like SpongeBob from watching it with my son, but I never watched it as a kid. It was on when I was like, I don't know, I want to, like, it's been on TV for a long fucking time, but like, I feel like it first came into my awareness around like 12 or 13.
You were a little too old for it.
I don't give a shit about this show,
Which is weird because, exactly. You were a little too old for it then, but now that you're much older, it's perfect.
I love it.
Right? Perfect age for SpongeBob. It's great. All right. Number 2. For me, I have never set foot outside of North America. In 1997, the winter of 1997 going into 1998,
the best time.
You could hear my voice in all subway stations in New York City. Or number 3, I sang on stage at Carnegie Hall.
Okay, so number 1's true. I know that because you told me once. You said, I hate everything outside of America. You said the exact opposite of what Donald Trump said the other day. He said, I'd rather be in America than anywhere else. I'm going to say it's the subway thing.
It's the Carnegie Hall thing.
God damn it! That's what I meant.
They wouldn't let us.
Why did not?
They wouldn't let us on the stage because they were doing like maintenance. So we had to.
Oh, so you were.
We had to stand.
You almost did.
We had to stand in front of the stage to sing in Carnegie Hall. But
how did you get to Carnegie Hall?
Practice.
Gosh.
In 1997 and 1998, that winter, the same time we were in New York to go to Carnegie Hall, New York
onward Christian
basically.
soldiers.
So the Port Authority or whatever, the Transit Authority, was playing like their holiday music mix in all the subway stations, and one of the songs in that mix was my choir singing a Christmas song, and they put it in there.
Fuck yeah, dude! Christmas rules.
And I have been to Mexico, the United States, and Canada. I've been in all the North American countries, and I've never been anywhere else.
Yeah, I imagine outside of Mexico, people often forget that Mexico is part of North America.
Yeah. All right, hit me.
Because if it's southern,
if it's south of the U.S.
location,
it doesn't count. Oh, yeah. Fucking.
You ever notice when people say southern? I think it's a fairly regional thing.
Southern?
Here. Southern.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
As opposed to southern.
I was looking at a menu of a Canadian restaurant chain that had Southwest, like chicken quesadilla or something like that on the menu. And my immediate thought was like, I wonder what the regional cuisine of like Vancouver, British Columbia is, because that's technically the southwest of Canada.
Yeah, it's probably like ahi tuna.
Yeah. But they meant U.S. Southwest.
Oh, like what?
Like a Tex-Mex kind of.
Oh, Okay, so for my next question, the way I pronounce the word S-O-U-T-H
South.
is south, south,
South.
or sooth.
Sooth.
That's not my actual question. The beer I drink most.
Okay.
The beers I drink most.
Okay, yeah.
Two out of three.
Yep.
Corona,
Okay.
Labatt Blue,
Okay.
or Coors Light.
It's Corona is definitely true.
Yeah, I
know
drink
that
a lot.
for sure. I think
Sometime on
Coors
the
Light is the other one, and I think you don't drink Labatt Blue, but it was put in there because it's a Canadian beer, and that was the red herring meant to trick me.
That's right. You've got it. I wouldn't drink a Labatt Blue with someone else's dick. Coors Light's okay. Yeah, I don't know. You fucking absolutely got me. They're not my favorite beers. None of them mentioned.
Yeah.
They are the beers that I drink the most, for sure. Because a Corona on a fucking dock,
Yeah.
Canadian summertime, nothing better. And when you're having guests over, you can't be doling out the Coronas, so you got to have some Coors Lights on hand so you don't fucking absolutely break bank. And then you drink a ton of those, right?
Yeah. What is the
I'm not doing very well at this.
What is the... Oh. So there's a Canadian beer that I love.
Okay, Kokanee. Yeah.
It's so good.
I don't know.
No, it's basically like American. It tastes like Coors Light or Bud Light or whatever. It's not anything different. It's just a lager, but it's, for some reason, I love it.
For some reason, I don't know why, but when Americans talk about Canadian beer, Kokanee is always the fucking one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It just, we don't, in southern Ontario, up where the Queen visits most often, we don't fuck with Kokanee. Nobody really drinks it that I know of. It's like, it seems like more of a West Coast.
Yeah, it's a
prairie
Western
thing.
Canadian thing for sure.
Yeah, and everybody in Western Canada is a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you like that? Do you like the stuff that they like? The fucking morons out west.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not just talking about the prairies. Yeah, there's a bunch of yahoos in Alberta, but Vancouver, ew, dude.
Oh, I
Ew.
love them.
No. Listen to me, ew, dude.
No, dude. Did.
No, I'm kidding. Some of the best people I know are in Vancouver.
I spent a lot of time in Victoria.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
That's a good time. That town's a good time.
I bought a pair of boots that were too small in Victoria.
Cowboy boots or just boots?
Winter boots. Mike told me that you actually wear several sizes too small in
winter boots.
In winter boots.
I'm pretty sure you're supposed to buy them big so that you could put more socks in them.
I think he was feeling self-conscious about his own small
Teeny
foot.
tiny feet.
And convinced me to get a very small
Said,
boot.
"Here, get these
which
very
almost
tiny boots."
got me in a car accident.
So who wears? They're Houston's now, right?
They're fucking in the garbage. No, I took them to second
Goodwill.
Another place, yeah.
All right, here we go. My last three. One, I've had dinner with Clint Eastwood. Two, I've held Lord Stanley's cup in my hands. Three, I have a signed autograph of every president of the United States in my lifetime.
I know you've touched the Stanley Cup. Oh, do I? I know Jenny has. The Clint Eastwood seems like a fucking plain sight red herring, which often is there to confuse. So there was that, and what was the third
I
fucking
have a
thing you
signed
said?
autograph of every president of the United States in my lifetime.
And what year were you born in?
1979. So basically Jimmy Carter forward.
You start at Jimmy Carter, you go into Bush, you go into Clinton, you go into Bush again, you go
You forgot
into...
Reagan. So Carter, Reagan, Bush.
Oh, right.
Clinton,
Reagan was
Bush,
80s, right.
Obama.
That was a pretty good recollection for me.
Yes, not being an American.
An American, yeah. But Reagan, of course, I should have remembered Reagan because he's absolutely done almost the most damage to your country out of any president.
And yet is almost
Like,
universally revered among people of my parents' generation.
Yeah, why did they love Reagan so much?
Because he was an actor and they remembered him from TV and movies.
But, like, according to my studies, when he was elected, people were, like, really worried that he was going to start a fucking international fiasco because he was kind of a jackass and a little extreme. But ultimately, he didn't really affect anything globally, but the big changes and big effect that he had was internally. And,
and a lot of global things that he was a part of happened. We just didn't know about them. Like, he was very much like a big fan of, like, yeah, we'll send the CIA to South America and overthrow countries. Sure.
That's true, but only if they had communist ties.
Yeah. Basically, only if the banana corporations weren't getting what they wanted.
Yeah. Fuck Reagan. That one's not true.
You're correct. I have half. I have Reagan. I have both Bushes. I have Obama.
Oh, I was going to say just all Republicans.
I do not have
not
Carter. I don't have Clinton. I don't have Biden. And I don't have Trump.
You know, there are worse things that have happened to people. Why did you have dinner with Clint Eastwood?
He used to be the mayor of a town in California called Carmel, California. Carmel by the Sea.
Okay, that sounds like a lie.
It's not. It's true. It's where the very famous Pebble Beach golf course is.
That's the lie.
That's true. And my
next one must be
one of my parents' best friends was kind of like a big wig in Carmel. Like, he was a big businessman, whatever. And so he was friends with the mayor. And at the time, Clint Eastwood owned a restaurant in Carmel called the Hog's Breath Inn.
Ew, dude.
It was like this really fucking dark, basement-y restaurant. Like, you would go down and it was just like dark and made of stone and all this stuff. But
stunk like pig breath.
And we were sitting there having dinner.
Probably got swine flu.
And he came through the restaurant and saw his friend sitting there, and he
my fucking restaurant.
pulled up a chair, sat down, and we had dinner with old Clint Eastwood.
Wow. Did you ask him what the fuck he was thinking when he wrote that movie? You know that one? His first one? His first one that he wrote and directed and starred in?
One?
No. That's Grand
Torino.
It is an old Western one.
The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly?
No, it's his first one.
Unforgiven?
No, it's his first one.
What his first one was?
He's like a tramp. He's like traveling around, Backroads Drifter or something like that.
High Plains Drifter?
High Plains Drifter.
Yeah.
That's his first one.
Yeah. That's a spaghetti western.
Yeah. That's I like that movie,
too.
but he's supposed to be the hero in it, but the first thing he does is he goes into town, he gets a bottle of whiskey, and he rapes a woman.
Oh, yeah. He's not very heroic in that film.
No.
No.
Okay, here's my three. So this is actually about a film, so that was sort of relevant.
Cool.
My favorite parts in the movie Titanic are when that guy yells at Kathy Bates because she's like, "There's people in the water," and he's like, "Yeah, and there'll be one more if you don't shut that hole in your face." When the boat's up, right, and the man falls off and hits the propeller, go dink. And when Kate Winslet is topwardly nude.
Topwardly?
I didn't want to be crude about it.
I think that's the red herring. Like,
do you think that's the red herring?
I think that's the thing. Like, of course he would like to see it topwardly nude Kate Winslet. But what he really likes is the man falling into the propeller and the man yelling at Kathy Bates.
That's true. It's all true. Oh, shoot.
I knew it.
I mean, I like that.
I really do like the
upwardly nude part, but
I do really like the part where the guy falls off and hits the propeller.
Oh, you'd have to be really sick to not like that.
Yeah.
That's the best part of any movie ever.
I watched the Poseidon Adventure with Gene Hackman.
Okay.
It's basically like it's one of those like 70s disaster movies, like The Towering Inferno or Airport. Like a rogue wave knocks this cruise ship upside down, and Gene Hackman is a priest who's leading people to safety as they climb the upside down ship towards the hull so they can get saved.
Okay.
And as the ship is flipping over, there are so many people falling from great heights and bouncing off of things that reminded me so much of that part in Titanic that I was just in heaven. There's also a great part like that on the show Avenue 5.
I watched some of that show, but it did not do a very good job at keeping my attention.
But in the very first episode, at the very beginning, the ship, the gravity flips 90 degrees, and all the people go tumbling. I really like
there was
that
a good
part. And then when they fixed the gravity, everybody went back. That just makes me laugh.
There was one that was not so cool.
Which one?
You know the one.
I don't know the one.
You know the one.
In real life or in Titanic?
In real life.
Don't.
It was at the baseball game.
Oh.
Yeah,
At
no,
the
I wasn't thinking
Rangers
of the
game?
September 11th. I wasn't thinking of the
You weren't?
September 11th one. No. I was thinking about that one where the drunk guy fell out of the stands at the baseball game.
Trying to get the ball.
See, that one was funny.
I love
Wasn't it?
pratfalls.
Yeah.
Right.
Chris Pratt falls.
Yeah. Chris
You
Farley.
think Chris Pratt's ever done a pratfall?
I know he has. You just watch.
You've seen
it? Yeah,
it?
just watch Parks and Rec. He does a bunch of them.
Wow. That's pretty cool. You think Chris Pratt's ever done a Wilhelm scream?
No. When Chris Farley does the Matt Foley, and he falls through the table.
Yeah.
Or like when he falls through the window.
But it's like a pratfall, not kind of just.
It's just for laughs.
That's all it means, is that it's like a thing you did because you were trying to be funny. It doesn't mean like it was like a sort of faked fall.
Oh, it
like,
is. It's fake. Yeah. But it's meant
like a safe fall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, whereas when Chris Farley jumped through a table, he's fucking through himself through a table.
But I mean, he was the king of the pratfall. But it is a pratfall. I mean, that's just pratfall is basically
pratfall is just anytime you fall for a laugh.
I'm doing a fall for a laugh. Yeah.
Yeah. One time I was taking a picture on a beach with my wife and her family, and I fell down to try and make everyone laugh as the tide was coming in. It's just not tide coming in, but like the water was coming in. I couldn't convince anyone that I did it intentionally.
They were all concerned.
When I got up, they're like, oh, shoot. Like, they were laughing and shit like that. They're like, remember when you fell on your ass, you clumsy fuck? And just be like,
no, I did it on purpose.
Shoot, I'm going to just like eat this one forever.
Do they bring it up every time you're at the beach?
No. They often bring up when I sucked so much helium in that I fucking fainted at the table.
That's too many heliums.
Yeah, I had too much helium and I fucking passed out.
I didn't know that was a thing. I guess it is.
I don't really know what happened. I think I just hold my breath too long. I was hammered drunk.
It's really funny when somebody does something that's just very slightly embarrassing, to bring it up all the time. So we do that to my nephew all the time. He 10 years ago was like shaking a bottle of salad dressing, and the lid popped off and the salad dressing went everywhere, and like it got on the ceiling and whatever. Now every single time we're at dinner, we're like, hey, be careful with that salad dressing. Every single time. And he goes, are we going to just like not bring this up this time? We're like, no, we won't. We're over it. And then as soon as he, be careful with that salad dressing.
Easy, buddy.
Yeah. It's real funny to do. It's not funny for him. He's miserable, but it's real funny for me.
This is probably going to be old news by the time this podcast comes out, because I know we have another one in the bank. But this week, I don't know if you saw the footage of the Alabama brawl.
Oh, on the pier? Yes.
Yeah. So I just want to say, fuck that family in the boat, and I'm glad they got what they deserved.
100%.
And I hope they get fucking in trouble by the police, by whatever means. Like, I know they have to submit themselves to arrest right now. Fuck them.
Yes.
Fuck them completely. If they didn't learn their lesson, I hope it happens to them again.
100%. Horrible humans.
Yeah. Fuck them. That was some of the most entertaining footage I've seen in a long time. I loved every second of it. I love watching a people unite against a genuine fucking villain family. Yeah. Fuck them.
So would you say they can eat shit and go fuck themselves?
They can. I'm old Chili.
And I'm old Fritzy.
And that family can eat chair.